نبي بعده ولا نبي بعده ولا كتاب بعد كتابه ولا سنة بعد سنته ولا شريعة بعد شريعته وبعد نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ربنا يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين يا فتاح يا عليم اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف حالكم؟ First and foremost, we thank and we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for affording us another opportunity to engage with His book. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from us, and also make us from those elite people who are proficient in the recitation of His book and the understanding of His book. Amin ya Allah. Before we continue with any new verses, inshallah, what we're going to do is we'll recite what we've already memorized, right? Or what we've gone over. We're all going to recite it together, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. We'll go together. 1, 2, 3. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Together, right? تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور. جميل. Can we do it one more time? تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور. Jameel. Any questions regarding last week? I'm sure you practiced it during the week, right? Did it go well in the mind for the guys? Forgot it? Thank you. Bismillah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Just a reminder, 3 times inside, 3 times outside, right? So we're going to start with inside. الذي خلق. Again. الذي خلق. One more time. الذي خلق. سبع. Remember that ba over there is not a fatha, right? Let's say a qalqala, right? A letter of qalqala. So what we have to do with that ba is we have to bounce it, but we have to jerk, right? So sab'a, not sab'a or sab'a. 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 One more time. الذي خلق سبع. الذي خلق سبع. Remember, sometimes we might say this خلق السبع. Remember, keep the two words separate. الذي خلق سبع. الذي خلق سبع. Again. الذي خلق سبع. I don't know if I mentioned it the last time in the class. When we apply emphasis, right? So the reason why we sometimes make that mistake is because we are applying emphasis on the qaf. Apply emphasis on the first letter. خلق سبع. Can we feel that? Instead of saying خلق السبع السماوات والأرض, like that, right? So we try to read it like that, and the meaning will come through better, inshallah. You'll feel the meaning better, right? الذي خلق سبع. الذي خلق سبع. Again. الذي خلق سبع سماوات. You notice I'm applying more emphasis, right? So that you also apply more emphasis so that you get used to it, inshallah, right? Bismillah. سماوات. Not softer, go loud, inshallah. Bismillah. سماوات. Again. سماوات. الذي خلق سبع سماوات. بسم الله. One more time, inside. Outside. Again. So there's always a question that comes regarding the ghunnas, right? So what am I supposed to press? Tin, tin, tin. How am I supposed to press it? So you look at the word that's coming next, alright? So you basically, to make it simple, you incline towards the next letter, alright? So you kind of prepare your tongue for the next letter. So what is coming next over there? Is a ta, right? So you're not going to make a ghunna like a ting, that's going to be for a cough. So it's always a confusing thing. What sound is actually coming from there? So you basically inclining towards the ta. Samawati. So I have to say tui. My tongue is already in its place, right? Because the sound is coming from where? Where is it coming from? The nose. Alright? The ghunna sound is coming from my nose, not inside my mouth. So my tongue can go wherever it wants to go. But the sound is coming from my nose, right? So don't be confused. Sometimes you're worried about the sound that's coming from the mouth. So you feel you can't, if you're going to adjust your tongue, it's going to be a different sound. But actually that sound is coming from the nose, right? الذي خلق سبع سماوات بسم الله الذي خلق سبع سماوات outside بسم الله twice الذي خلق سبع سماوات one more time الذي خلق سبع سماوات طباقا طباقا twice outside again last time الذي خلق سبع سماوات طباقا الذي خلق سبع سماوات طباقا one more time inside الذي خلق سبع سماوات طباقا twice outside الذي خلق سبع سماوات طباقا one more time outside الذي خلق سبع سماوات طباقا جميل ما ترى ما ترى ما ترى outside 3 times again again one more time في خلق again one more time جميل outside 3 times again the lam, just be careful, the ladies on that side, right? The tongue mustn't come out of the mouth when you're saying the lam. So not fi khal, fi khal, right? It's about it's a smiling thing. Khal. Fi khalqir. The qaf as well, right? So the tajweed rule over there is called tafkhim nisbi. But don't worry about that. Basically the qaf can never be empty. The qaf will never be empty. So even if you're reciting it with the I, you don't have to do this fi khalqir. No, just qi. That's fine. Even if you say it as empty as possible, it will still have that fullness to it, right? So fi khalqir. Are you with me? جميل. ما ترى في خلق ما ترى في خلق again ما ترى في خلق one more time ما ترى في خلق outside ما ترى في خلق رحماني رحماني. So we all know this word, right? So what does the brain have to do now? The brain doesn't have to repeat this 100 times, right? So what the brain does is the brain just takes the word, looks at it, takes a picture, places it over there. Everybody with me? So instead of reading it 100 times, you just take it, place it, put it over there. So now the mind is working. There's a few words. There's a word that I never recited 3 times, inside 3 times, outside, because I know the word already, right? ما ترى في خلق الرحمن
ما ترى في خلق الرحمن
Again.
ما ترى في خلق الرحمن
Outside twice.
ما ترى في خلق الرحمن
One more time.
ما ترى في خلق الرحمن
من تفاوت من تفاوت Pull it a bit longer. من تفاوت Outside twice. Again. ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت
ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت
One more time.
ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت
Outside.
ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت
Again.
ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت
الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت بسم الله
الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت
One more time outside.
الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا
Again.
ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت
Just a reminder that alladhi, right? But alladhi, sometimes we have a tendency of saying alladhi. So what we have to do is we have to go a bit deeper down into the throat, not the alladhi. Right down, right? Alladhi, right? Huh? Yeah. فارجع البصر. Again. One more time. هل ترى. Again. One more time. فارجع البصر هل ترى. فارجع البصر هل ترى. Twice outside. Again. One more time. Not farji'il, no? Farji'il. Reminder. من فطور. من فطور. Twice outside. Again. فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور. بسم الله.
فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور
Again.
فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور
Twice outside.
فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور
Bismillah from the beginning of the verse. Inside. الذي
خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى
said?
الذي خلق سبع سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت
Once outside.
فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور.
Bismillah.
Why are we dragging on the mean when there's no indication that
No indication by min futur.
there's mean tafawut and the other tafawut? क्या है the other mean tafawut and mean
When uncle saying indication,
yeah, like let's say understand the
oh, okay. So that's basically, it's a hunna, right? She can explain deeper, but basically just the basic explanation. The uncle's asking, why do we pull by min futur? Okay, so basically that you can see as a noon sakin. Can everybody see this as a noon sakin? Right? So after a noon sakin or a tanween, the double, right? Any of the letters of the Arabic alphabet is going to come after them. If any of the letters of the Arabic alphabet come after a noon sakin or tanween, right? Then a rule will take place. So there are different categories of letters, right? So say for example, we all know the letters of the throat, right? We know the letters of the throat. So we have hamza ha, ayn ha, ghain kha, right? So if the letters of the throat comes after a noon sakin, and then what's going to take place? Izhar is going to take place. So what's izhar? Izhar, what's zahir? Clear, apparent, right? So we're going to recite the noon sakin or the tanween, clear and apparent, right? So we're not going to hide it like ikhfa, or we're not going to make idgham, where we assimilate it to. No, we're going to read it clear. So for example, in antum. Can you hear that? Nobody recited in antum. Everybody with me? So basically, where we're pulling over there, it's a rule that's taking place. And I don't want to waste, not I don't want to waste time, but I don't want to bore you with tajweed rules.
I've been to the first. I do understand it.
Alright, everybody understand? Okay. We finished the verse, right? Okay. Bismillah. A mim mushaddad. Okay, the definition of a mim mushaddad. Ma?
There is no tajdeed on the mean in this. Some of the other Qurans have a tajdeed on the mean.
A tajdeed is basically something that came on later. It's not really going to change the meaning, right? It's not going to change the meaning. A tajdeed indicates two letters that is joined together. So those who are proficient like you guys, alhamdulillah, like the Dawrah class, you will know that there's a tajdeed, whether it's written or not written. When you look at the Uthmanic script, if you Google it, you will find there's no dots. There isn't even a, I, u in the Quran. Right? That's the reason why you can find the variances in the qira'at, because of the no dots. For example, وَقَاتَلُوا وَقُتِلُوا وَقُتِلُوا وَقَاتَلُوا. Are you with me? Because it could be changed like that. Why? Because there was no dots and both ways were accepted. That's another subject on its own. But yeah, basically, uncle. Sometimes it might come. Okay, Bismillah.
Another one is another ra. It's not the ra, it's ra.
Yes.
So mata ra is fine. What do you say? Khalqir Rahman or Rahman?
Okay, so the rule of Ra. Okay, we won't probably memorize further today. So basically, the rule of Ra. Generally, you need a board for this. But the rule of Ra is here. Koki.
Yeah, we need.
Okay. That's a good question. No, that's not delaying. So the nice thing about the question is there's probably other people that have the question as well, right? So we might as well just get into it, right? Yeah. Everybody with me? Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So basically the rule of Ra is quite simple. Can everybody see the board? It doesn't look simple. It's simple, don't worry. Right, so this is number 1, number 2, number 3 over here, number 4 over there. Everybody with me? Alright, let's look at rule number 1 or point number 1. Can everybody see it? Alright, this is the most simplest way. I'm almost 100% sure that it can be explained, right? If you want more detail, you can pick up a tajweed book, but this is very, very simple, inshallah. Alright? So if you look at the Ra, can everybody see the Ra? Right, rule number 1. It's written like 11, but it's a 1. Should I just do this just to make sure? Rule number 1. Alright? So rule number 1 is if a Ra has a Fatha or a Dhamma, then it will be read full mouth. So Ra with the A is Ra. A Ra with the U is Ru. Alright? Everybody with me? That's simple. Alright? A Ra, rule number 2 is a Ra with a Kasra. Alright? If a Ra has a Kasra, then it will be read empty mouth. So Ri. Okay, everybody understand? The males understood that? So a Ra with a Fatha or a Dhamma will be read full mouth. And a Ra with a Kasra will be read empty mouth. Now that is quite simple to understand, but sometimes we have the question when the Ra is Sakin. Yeah, Sakin, right? So this is a Sakin over here, right? So most of the time, the Ra is going to have a temporary Sakin, like we're going to end that. For example, like this, I don't want to use this example, but that's more for here. That's more over here for this example. That's Sakin. Alright? So for example, Mustamir, yeah. Can everybody see that? Mustamirun. Can everybody see that? Mustamir, right? But when we're stopping on this Ra over here, we're not going to read Mustamirun, right? How do we stop? Mustamir, right? So what is coming before the Ra? A Kasra. Everybody with me? And because this Kasra is coming before the Ra, it's going to have an effect on the Ra. So this Ra will be read empty mouth. A-M. Is everybody with me? Simple? Makes sense? The males understood? Everybody understood? Right? Okay. So this rule over here is where this letter over here, or this letter, or this vowel has an effect on the letter over there, right? Because the Ra is Sakin. Then this one over here is, the example can be used, Qadir. Right? Qadir. Right? General like that. Everybody see this? So before the Ra is Sakina and the Ya is Sakin. Can everybody see that? The Ra and the Ya is Sakin. Right? So because this Ya over here won't be able to have an effect on the Ra because it doesn't have a haraka. Everybody understand that, right? So what haraka are we going to look at next? We're going to look at the Dal. And because this Dal over here has a Kasra, it's going to have effect on the Ra. And how are we going to read this Ra? Empty mouth. Everybody with me? Now obviously there's a bit more detail, for example like letters like Khair, etc, but we're not going to go into that for now. Everybody with me? Any questions, males? Everybody understood? Okay, Jamil.
Like Zubo, also, let's say
That's also exactly the same. If it's a Dhamma, yes. Full mouth, yes. Full mouth, yes. Oh, didn't I say that? Maaf. Everybody understood this, right? So basically, the Ra Sakina will have the effect that will take place on the Ra Sakina is going to be either, if it's a Kasra on this letter over here, then that's going to be empty mouth. If it's a Fatha and a Dhamma, then this will be full mouth, right? And in the exact similar manner over here as well, alright? The males as well, alright? If this letter has a Kasra, or if there's a Fatha or a Dhamma on this letter over here, then it will have an effect on the Ra Sakina, either making it empty, full mouth. Everybody with me? Understood? Okay, Jamil. That's probably the end of the period. Okay, just one announcement inshallah before we conclude. For those who would like to start from the beginning, right, with regarding recitation, what we're going to do is, inshallah, because it's slightly difficult to have started from alif in these types of classes. Why? Because most of us can, alhamdulillah, recite Arabic, but some of us, alhamdulillah, we've been trying to better our recitation, but we've sometimes been thrown into the deep end. So what we're going to do, not next week, I think the following week or so on, it will probably be announced. We'll start at about 10 past till 25 past, and in that period, what we're going to do is we're going to start from alif. For those who want to, we'll start from alif and then basically work our way towards the Quran and then better our recitation in the Quran. Yeah, 10 past 8. The makharij, this, that, because this period isn't really for that, right? Everybody understood that, right? Even though I'm speaking soft, right? 10 past 8 here. Whoever wants to. So basically we'll have one big class. So all of the classes will come together, then we can just do like A-I-U and then Pabibu, Tatitu, and we'll all work till we come to the Quran, inshallah. Alright, Shamil. I don't think this class probably will come, but it's fine, you can come if you want to come. Alright? Any questions before we conclude? No questions? Okay, we just recited from the beginning till Futur, inshallah, right? 1, 2, 3, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Everybody together. Okay, we start A'udhu Billah because we spoke, right? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور. If you look at that ra over there, we're stopping on the ra, but how will that ra be read? Even though the ra has a kasra, basically. Can everybody see that? But the kasra on that ra is not going to have an effect on the ra. The ta is basically, right? Okay. Can we recite the ones outside? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة Just a pause quickly 1 second. I heard some of the men saying خلق 7. They want to go to 7. So what must you do in that regard? You're making that kind of mistake. It's not rocket science. And it's no stress in the brain. Don't hurt yourself. Check. Okay, so one is alladhi and alladhi. Khalaqa, khalaqa. The one has a al, khalaqal, and the other one doesn't have a al. Everybody with me? It's simple like that. Think about it. Okay, the al comes first, and after that there's no al. So don't try to relearn it now. Going, oh my God, I'm making a mistake. I'm reading wrong. No. Just check. Okay, al, no al, khalas. Right? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's start from the beginning again. Keep that in mind, right? تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور. MashaAllah. Just a kind reminder. من تفاوت, not wood. Alright? Also, the tibaqa. Make sure that you're stopping in mid-A. Tibaqa, not tibaqa or tibaqa. Alright? So in mad itibaqa. Right? Jamil. Any questions before we conclude? No questions? Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun, salamun ala al-mursalin, walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.